Wrestling Podcast. And his name is John Cena.
I don't even. How do you get this shit out? Is there like a nature's miracle for amniotic fluid?
Like,
Nope, you don't. It's I've heard
forever
stories.
unclean, right?
Yeah.
Forever unclean. Alright, this is some fun banter,
Are you
guys.
recording? Is it
All right,
forever
well.
unclean time?
What?
Yeah, alright, cool. So that can only mean one thing. It's Friday, July 8th, 2016. You're listening to On the Heels Wrestling Podcast. I'm Kyle.
I'm Brittany.
I'm Ray.
We're three coworkers who enjoy pro wrestling, and this podcast gives us a space to shoot on all of the aspects of our favorite pastime without the confused looks we get from the rest of the office.
This podcast is all about giving you consistent, bite-sized commentary on the world of wrestling, focused primarily on WWE's main roster and NXT, though we occasionally touch on the indies and international scene. That's all I got.
Cool, yeah. Segue, awesome. Every week, we'll recap the previous week's Raw NXT pay-per-view takeover, potentially live SmackDown coming up soon.
Woo!
Or we'll hold a roundtable discussion on random shit. This week, we're going to recap past few Raws leading to Battleground. But first, we're very excited to have a guest commentator alongside us. Guest podcaster from Seattle's local independent 3-2-1 battle wrestling organization, professional wrestler, and Seattle's professional air guitarist champion,
Yeah!
Eddie Van Glam.
Woo!
Hey, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Happy to have you, sir.
Yes.
Yes, so now we could potentially have stalemate 2-2 votes on things. So.
Oh, man.
Ray won't be
nobody's
immediately
gonna agree with
outvoted
you.
So
by
yeah, Brittany and I have lost our supermajority.
It's okay, Ray. You'll
No,
still be wrong.
I'm not going against Brittany. I'm sorry.
All right, Ray.
Yes!
We have.
I did that
ultra-
once before. I have memes about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yes,
Just
that's
don't do
true.
it. Don't do it. All right. We talking about Raw?
We are talking about Raw.
Raw's been really good. It's been on the good
Let's
side.
start off with a disagreement. Come
Okay.
on.
Okay. Fuck you, Ray.
Alright.
All right. So I want to talk about Rollins and Roman, and so we talked about the suspension previously and how he's suspended conveniently right before Battleground. He'll be gone for the draft, but he'll be here for the pay-per-view.
Right.
And I didn't really see the concern in this because there was no way Roman actually needed to be involved with the storyline because he's terrible on the mic. And lo and behold, Rollins is fucking carrying this thing.
Yeah.
Like Rollins and Ambrose combined.
Yes.
Like it is, like Roman's character is improving when he's not even there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorta.
What are you thinking? What are you thinking?
I disagree with that. I feel like WWE right now is romanticizing Roman's suspension.
Yes.
I haven't seen any other person who's been suspended. Like, you haven't heard this from Orton when he got suspended.
Right.
No, they was
twice.
kinda,
You
like,
haven't
hide it
heard
under the
Titus?
table.
Where'd he go? He was gone for 60 days for touching the boss's arm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, Roman, on the other hand, they're like, and let's be real, like, Rollins says he shouldn't be on the pay-per-view. You know what? You screwed up. I agree. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion when it comes to, like...
It's a job. You need
this
to
is
take
a
it
job.
seriously.
You know, like, you must be punished. Like, this is a vacation if he's
Yeah.
going to still get this huge payday at the
Yeah.
end.
Yeah.
Are we...
Like, and he's going to be in the main event?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
So if
and
that's
they're still
actual-
bringing him up. Like,
There's a 33%
he's still-
chance he wins the belt.
He's
Like,
still getting a push
Yep.
while he's not even on camera. He's at home with his daughter right now having a good time. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, yes, he should totally, like, own up, which he did. I respect him for that.
Right.
However, they're romanticizing this thing, and I think that it is backfiring to some degree because you hear Rollins say he shouldn't be on the pay-per-view. He shouldn't be mentioned. And the audience is cheering.
Yeah.
It's not like a smattering of men. It's people going, "You are
Yeah.
absolutely
Okay.
right."
It's
All right.
there's no consequence to his actions. Like, if you're looking at this from any real suspension,
Sure.
which it allegedly is,
Sure.
it just shows, hey, if you get suspended and you're in the main event scene and Vince likes you enough, it don't matter.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
a vacation.
Yeah.
So part of that, like, and I see where you're going with the audience, but on the most recent Raw, I'm totally just skipping ahead and fucking over Ray's notes.
Eh.
So Rusev opens the 4th of July Raw, the U.S. title champion, and wins the match, and then immediately gets the crowd in on a USA chant, which is the most reluctant USA chant I've ever heard.
I love it.
But this is kind of one of those, like, the audience will just do whatever they're told.
Yeah.
I think so. That's kind of where
Did
I
anybody-
see where you're coming from with
Did you
cheering
do what you're
Rollins.
told
did
in
anybody else-
2013 at the Slammies episode?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. I was there too.
Until the very end.
Did anybody else notice Rusev and
It's
Lana
a
at the food fight cheering and smiling and being happy.
Yes.
And then booing the vaudevillains for singing. Like, I was just like, why are you guys here for a barbecue having a good time? Shouldn't you be hating everybody right now because it's their... It's America's birthday. Like,
Yeah. Where's the kayfabe? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Then again, it was actually nice to see everyone kind of like dropping kayfabe and having a good time with it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Ray, what are you thinking about the Rollins Reigns thing?
Honestly, like, it kind of goes back to all the points, which is, you know, when RVD got caught with weed, I mean, he dropped both titles. And that you know, that killed his...
In 24 hours.
In 24 hours,
Just
his push
both.
is dead. So, I mean, like, it's
And
just...
we know for a fact, like, Reigns should have been suspended earlier, but they just waited for him to drop the belt. Like, that's pretty certain.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's yeah.
They had an out. It was probably already scripted, and they're like, let's just wait so we don't have to rewrite the script right before.
And also, they're hinting heavily that it was, in fact, performance enhancers.
I mean, Seth Rollins heavily hinted, calling him a fucking cheater. It was great.
Yeah.
I loved it.
So let's move on to the other big rivalry going on, AJ and Cena. So, you know, with this whole suspension, you know, going on, they try to interject themselves into the main event, which was pretty dope. But you ultimately knew it wasn't going to happen because they really need to build that up separately because it's another pillar for the pay-per-view. So, you know, Rollins and Cena have their match, and it's a great match. Club interferes, and then
Of course.
AJ and Ambrose have their match, and then, you know, John Cena gets involved. Basically, they cancel each other out, but ultimately, both good matches. You know, especially Rollins and Cena.
I just love that they open the show with that. Like, it's this big, you don't know what's going to happen, and all of a sudden there could be 5 people in this match.
Yeah, I kind of...
I don't see that very often, so I was a little surprised, which is exciting.
Yeah, for me, I didn't bite as much because I just knew that they weren't going to combine. Like, all 4 guys are like the biggest draws in the company right now. I don't think they would put them all in one match. Like, what's going to happen with the rest of the pay-per-view. So I was just like, I don't know. I just kind of, I was just like, okay, this will be good, but I was like, I didn't expect it to be like the 5 people.
Ray was skeptical of a scripted show.
Well, there you go. I'm just happy it's Cena's back, and we've got more good match options.
Yeah.
The U.S. title run was great. When he got hurt, that kind of sucked. And he's making it happen. He's like PPV Cena to make up for like lost time on Raws.
It's pretty great. I am really enjoying any time he's on the microphone. I feel like...
Oh, man, he is doing great promo work.
Yeah, and on top of that, there was the video that he posted on his Facebook July 4th with, like, him walking through town and talking about, like, diversity and equality and stuff, and I'm like, this is Cena getting America over near the end of his career, and this is fantastic.
Give him the U.S. title and, like, just have it, like, then retire the belt and let him, like, tattoo it on his stomach.
Oh, you know he would.
For the longest time, you know, Cena's been kind of like the butt of so many jokes because of his gimmick is just so, like... even if you look at Camp WWE, like, Little Cena is just him just, like...
Tiny.
Exactly. It's like micro Cena.
Yeah.
So...
He'll be real Cena when he grows up.
Exactly.
Literally.
But yeah, like, Cena has, like, realized this. He's embraced it. However, he has taken it and put this twist on it where he just makes you realize that it's like, listen, I'm just like you. I'm just like a geeky human, just like anybody else. Like, he's relatable. He's getting relatable.
relatable.
I went from the point where I was like, I like this guy in 2002. I was like, I like this guy. He's cool.
Ruthless aggression.
And exactly. And then, like, when he won the title in 2005?
Yeah.
2004, 2005?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Making him
but
laugh,
he, like, as soon as, I remember it was just, like, right when he won the title and he beat JBL, like, I actually felt my spirit and, like, my feelings for him just kind of, like, boom.
Just tanked?
They just tanked right there because it was just, like, so anticlimactic. And
It's more like,
Yeah.
And once he won...
And then 10 years go by.
And then 10 years go by. He wins the U.S. title from Rusev, and I was like, well,
yeah,
duh.
it was kind of boring. It's like, of course.
I mean, I was
gonna win
even
the
there.
title.
It was just like, dude, there's a tank here. This is awesome. But
The tank was
I was more
fucking
excited
cool.
about the tank than I
The
was
tank
John
was
Cena.
awesome.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he starts having these amazing matches on Raw.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, I find it so funny how people are like, well, Cena can't wrestle. That guy carried him. That guy carried him. And then he's having pay-per-view quality matches
Every single
freaking
week.
Yeah.
Like, when he finally dropped the title.
It was like the saddest thing.
I was just like, oh. Well,
And it was so shitty, too. It was still Del Rio in a crappy match.
Yeah, it was like, well, it was still a good match, but like even then, it was just like
compared to
like again, it was that feeling. He won, and then I was like, oh, I'm not excited for the U.S. title anymore.
Yep.
By the way, why is the U.S. title always on a guy who's not from the U.S.?
Yeah.
Like
Sheamus had it for a bit. Rusev had it for a bit.
Yeah.
Well, Rusev has it again.
Rusev has it again. Yeah.
Kalisto, El Rio. It's like, America. What's more American than John Cena?
It's because your foreigners are never going to be in the main event title.
Right.
So
I
that's
guess.
the best
I
they
don't-
can get, unless
And
you're Canadian.
They can't get the heat, so
it's
drum up the
it's a
nationalistic angle, right?
Yeah,
Potentially.
but
Yeah.
Cena, like, I think he has done this great job of making himself relatable.
Yeah.
And I'm beginning to like him again.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
I like John Cena. I'm saying that right here on the
You heard it first.
I am
On the
admitting
record.
this, and I am going to get so much shit backstage.
He
now.
is wearing
We support you.
jorts right now.
We support you.
I wrote in here on Rainbow Steel earlier today, and he was
Nice.
wearing a John Cena never give up towel as a cape.
Nice.
Oh, man. Now, the only other thing, it's like a mini eternal question. If John Cena can get Nikki Bella over, like,
Because you know she's going to come back eventually.
Yeah.
Like, she's trying to.
that's where you're pushing the Cena thing, right?
She should go to NXT. She should really go to NXT.
You know, Nikki, compared to where she was and where she
She had visible improvement.
She has
She got
improved incredibly. Like in terms of strength, in terms of character, in terms of how she carries herself.
I think
like,
her improvement made me hate Brie Bella more.
Yeah, because I liked Brie for a long time, and then as time went on, I was just like,
Hell yeah, Brie
what?
mode.
Yeah, dude. Every time I'm drinking, I put on my Brie mode shirt. You don't believe me?
Wake up
I will
hungover.
Instagram that later tonight for you guys.
Yes.
Yes.
You have
Bottle
one
of
that-
Jack and my Brie mode shirt.
You cut off the Capri Sun, you drop in the Fireball like I had at Battlemania,
Right.
And then you get your Brie mode on.
Right? Oh god, I got so much heat the one day I came to 321 show wearing a Brie mode shirt. Yeah, they were just like, "How dare you?" And I'm like, "It's the only shirt I had. It's my day off." Like,
Cool. So we got the hinting of a second main title,
Yeah.
which we were speculating on. You know, that first time they kind of slipped up and dropped the World Heavyweight from the massive name of that title. I was like, oh shit, it's happening. And
Yeah.
they're like,
I thought it was
"Oh,
just a typo, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
Stephanie said it.
Yeah,
the
and then the
WWE
website-
Heavyweight
yeah,
Champion.
and they
World title, whatever it is. They dropped heavyweight or they dropped world.
They dropped World Heavyweight. It's just WWE Championship the last
That's
couple
it? Okay.
episodes. Yeah. Which
So-
was what it used to be.
And then on the
Before they got the F out.
yeah, and then on the actual like history page, like they actually took out all of the
previous
previous heavyweight stuff. So
So
it's like,
here's the problem with this. So let's say hypothetically they create a SmackDown title,
Yeah.
right? Like what you have essentially done is even though you're trying to create these equal brands and equal rosters, one title is still more important than the other unless the SmackDown one also has WWE champion in it somewhere.
yeah,
Because one of them has the name of the company, the other one may not.
yep,
And that's the problem, right? Is I feel like there's still always going to be that I love both my children the same, but just this one slightly more.
yep. And this is why
Like-
I didn't want this.
No, I didn't want it.
like they would have to say something like WWE Raw Championship.
Yeah, they're gonna rename
WWE
it
SmackDown
SmackDown.
Championship. Like they can't have WWE Championship and. I swear to God, if they bring back the big gold belt again, like
I love the big gold belt.
I love the big gold belt, but like in all fairness, like
But, well,
how much
yeah.
longer does Vince McMahon have to tote this belt around to prove that he beat like,
WCW?
Ted Turner?
Yeah.
Like he cannot. He has probably tried to find a way to get Ted Turner's head on a pike outside of Titan Towers.
Yeah.
But he can't do that, so he's just gonna tote this big gold belt around. Like,
Well, we had talked when we did the draft about that belt would rotate, maybe. There's one option. The other one, you get, like, Stanley Cup style, the Vincent K. McMahon Memorial Trophy just goes full ego. And
Yeah.
the champion of SmackDown just carries a trophy, not even a belt.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Because then you have like the Andre the Giant Battle Memorial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone likes
I
trophies.
can never
They're
say
good. And they're great weapons.
Yeah.
Like when Owen Hart used to have the Slammies.
yeah,
Everyone loves Slammies.
I don't know where I saw this. I'm guessing it was fake, but someone had a picture of the new SmackDown title, and essentially it was the WWE Championship, but where there's the red stripe, underneath
blue.
the W, it was blue.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that would make a lot of sense based on the women's championship. And
Yeah.
like they all look the same. Like,
Yeah.
I know people would be like, that's stupid, but
Yeah,
I think that's
not
actually
really.
great.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that's
it's
on
like brand.
it's-
I mean,
you
that's
all
the
look-
beauty of the women's title, right? Is it looks exactly the same as the men's, but white.
but it puts them on equal ground. It's not
Exactly. So
pink
if you were to do
butterfly.
that with SmackDown, you
Yeah.
have to do the
Hate
same
that
thing.
pink
Yeah,
It needs
right.
to look very similar. It needs to also include the name of the company.
That'd be dope.
It'll be very interesting to see what they do with it.
Yeah. So last thing, we're lots to talk about in both of these Raws.
There's a lot of carryover from both too.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Owens and Zayn, man, like I fucking love both of these guys as far as their storytelling is just so fucking on point.
Sami Zayn spent the majority of his career masked, not talking.
Yeah.
And I watched that promo, and I'm like, Dusty did a wonderful thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like,
got
just to
him
train this
prepared.
guy and just got him ready. And Kevin Owens is sitting there like, I fucking hate you, dude.
Yeah.
Even though you know, like, they're best friends.
Yeah, yeah,
still,
yeah.
right? I mean, I hope.
Yeah.
I hope with my whole being that they're still best friends.
But it just like they're telling the story well, and they are like both not only in their matches, like their match with last week with or this week with the USA versus the international.
The multicultural,
like-
multinational, whatever, like what they wanted the League of Nations to be.
Yeah, essentially.
This was way more entertaining.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, and it was like them just telling the story within that. It's just like Jesus, man, like they're doing such a great job of just building that animosity. And like it's just a great rivalry.
Yeah, I'm really gonna be sad if it's really over at Battleground.
I think it will be.
I think it will be too.
I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna try to split them up after the draft. However, like I was
send them their
kind of
separate ways for a
hoping that
couple
they would
years.
kind of like have a thing like on SmackDown. It's like the winner or like the loser gets banished to the other show.
Yeah.
But then that makes like the
other show look weak.
Look weak.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, I've always wanted to see Kevin Owens and like Sami Zayn fight to the back.
Yeah.
And then like the next week on Raw, they just come brawling back out like they haven't stopped.
Yeah.
like really start this fight. Like you just see them like kind of
Just
like
like
how they,
ridiculousness,
like they
like-
did at that one like show where they were like beating all
In the
like,
car, and they tried. It was like, oh fuck, it's like.
No, I know the one
Like
you're
when
talking
it was
about.
like, where's that?
It was
Where's that
like-
Escalade go?
Yeah, the Escalade drives off. 15
Yeah.
minutes later, it comes back.
Yeah.
Like, still
like
fighting.
like a truck, like a taxi van pulls up,
Yeah.
door slides up. They just come rolling out,
Yeah.
like Peter and the Chicken. Like,
Yeah,
whoa,
yeah.
like they should just
Yes.
do that.
That would be
Yes.
awesome.
I was like, why haven't they done that? Like,
It'd be great.
they've done so many cheesy things in WWE. It's like, come on, just make us happy.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be pretty rad.
Yeah, the way that they're kind of setting up for Battleground is it looks like they're sort of wrapping up all of the storylines that
Yeah.
I would normally think they would wait until SummerSlam to do
Yeah.
because of the brand split.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to get Sasha, Charlotte, we're going to get Zayn and
Yeah.
Owens, we're going to get Cena versus AJ again.
Which is
gonna be
good to me
interesting.
because I'm just like
It makes an insignificant pay-per-view, or like a puny pay-per-view, awesome,
Yeah.
right? It means something.
and instead of SummerSlam being the end cap, it's now the start.
beginning.
The start of new gimmick or new storylines, new rivalries. Great. All about it.
Awesome.
I still think they're gonna like over-index on like SmackDown being good for a bit, just because they want to.
Oh,
Oh,
Absolutely.
absolutely. I
Yeah,
mean, they're
for
doing
sure.
the draft on SmackDown.
Yeah.
That should be enough to
Yeah.
promote the fact that they're doing that right.
Yep.
The thing they haven't done well on SmackDown is food fights.
Oh, King of
yeah.
Segway style.
July 4th food fight. Woo!
So Ray has a note here. He says, I hate holidays, and I just want to say, fuck you, Ray. As much as, like, we were talking about this ahead of time, but the holiday segments are typically pretty cheesy, and this one was good.
This one was funny.
This one was funny. It was like you had fucking, like, R-Truth and Goldust rapping.
Look, it was painful. The whole thing was painful, but I was chuckling the whole time.
You had Miz in a suit that cost more than you make in a year.
I know. I just.
Cesaro and Mark Henry were doing an arm wrestling fight while the food fight was happening because they were like, we're not going to get...
Yeah.
It's Cesaro. He's Switzerland.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
Yeah,
Like, let's
he's
just
not
do
gonna lie.
this. Jericho finds a
Like,
Band-Aid in his food, like, has
Yeah.
nothing to do with the food fight. There's just, like, disgusting food.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's all of these little stories happening during, and then the callback of, like, this is why we can't do Thanksgiving on SmackDown anymore.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like, I love when WWE becomes self-aware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
It's
even the build up to it wasn't just like a rah, like it happened. It was
just like one.
splat,
It was like mashed potatoes.
splat. No way, splat. No. Way.
And
was
then
good.
Heath Slater.
Oh, Heath Slater.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Or
All right.
should I say rest in gravy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So Rollins keeps hitting on the Roman thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
That was great.
And this was a pretty great segment because Dean is doing his thing. He wins the match, whatever, and then he starts walking out. And I'm watching this with my husband, who's like, "This is dumb. They're just gonna like make eye contact on the ramp, and then Dean Ambrose is gonna walk away, and they're gonna try and continue the storyline. And it's dumb. It's fucking dumb." And he keeps talking about how dumb this is. And then Ambrose's music hits, and he totally comes back, and
Yeah.
just total swerve, and I love it. It was great.
And he jumps on commentary.
On
and
Spanish commentary.
He jumps on Spanish commentary, which was fucking hilarious to me. I fucking loved
In
it.
fact, he started speaking Spanish.
I loved it. And it was,
So
you know,
good.
it was decent enough. It was like, yeah, just enough high school Spanish to get you by. And I was like,
Well, I
yeah.
like to think it's because WWE is offering their wrestlers now language courses. Like,
Yes.
that's why Cena knows Mandarin, right?
Yes.
So
Oh my
I
God.
imagine that, like, Dean Ambrose in real life is learning Spanish, but that was Dean Ambrose, the character, speaking Spanish.
Yes.
like fucking awesome.
It was
right?
dope.
Uno,
It was super dope.
Uno, dos, tres.
Yeah. Muy loco.
Muy
That was
loco.
pretty cool. I really liked the Sasha Charlotte segment.
Oh, fuck.
I had some
Um,
interesting thoughts about it.
Cool. That doesn't sound like agreement.
No, I actually. So I liked it. I liked it quite a bit.
I
But
have thoughts about the Sasha part.
yes, I do actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Um,
Charlotte was great. She just took a dump in everyone like she does.
Yeah, so I think it was this segment made it like extremely obvious how much more mic time Charlotte has had with a crowd of that size.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think if they were in the Full Sail arena, Charlotte and Sasha on equal footing.
Right.
Because Sasha just hasn't had the chance to work a crowd that large the way that Charlotte has. Because Charlotte's been champion for a good chunk of time. She's
Yeah,
been on the main
almost a
roster.
year.
Yeah. So I thought Sasha held her own, and it's going to be amazing, and we're all looking forward to her growth on the main roster. But it was just a very interesting thing that I saw to see the direct comparison between Charlotte and Sasha growth-wise as characters
Yeah.
in that moment.
It's the one thing I do worry about as far as Bailey. Like,
Bailey is going to be like stunted compared to the rest of them
Yeah,
when she
yeah.
finally gets moved up.
Yeah, like wrestling wise, she's fucking killer. And
She's
I fucking
amazing.
love Bailey, but yeah, mic wise, it's gonna be a growth experience.
I feel like she's even a little weak in NXT to where she could be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep.
Thoughts? Hold on. Let her
Oh
guess.
yes.
Yeah, Ray.
Do you
Jerk.
have thoughts on the Sasha
Anything
Charlotte
with-
stuff, or we just talked about the Bailey?
No, you know, I Bailey would have to be a whole different podcast with me.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit.
So
Might need to bring you
I
back.
adore Bailey. I love her dearly.
Does.
Like, I think there was a right time to pull the trigger in terms of her coming up,
Mm-hmm.
and with this like weird setback of her still being on and in NXT, it stunted her, as you guys said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so like I don't think she would be as huge as say she was in Brooklyn last year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I thought
You
like
know?
they were all coming up, and then they kept her down. I was like, that's tough.
Yeah.
Well, they kept
like
her down
what-
to help the rest of the women's roster grow.
But yeah, like
Yeah,
when
but
she
because
they
like,
hired a
but
shit
like
ton of
think
women.
about how over and how like just connected she was with that. Like she was hot.
Yeah.
You know, coming out of Brooklyn, winning the women's championship, and then like doing the takeover respect. They're like, this is
Iron
awesome.
Woman match.
Yeah, exactly. It was just like, this is the time. Like, you know, like
Yeah.
this is gonna be great. And then she lost to Asuka clean, and it's just like, okay. And
Then she lost the Nia.
And then
Clay.
she wasn't on the
Jackson,
takeover show, and then it was just like, well,
she was hurt.
Was she hurt?
Yeah, she was actually.
Like real life hurt.
Yeah, but like
'Cause-
only
'cause-
for like a little while. Like,
Yeah,
it
I mean,
wasn't,
she was
a
out
bad
for, like,
injury.
And so
a
like
taping.
that's like and that's what kind of kills me. So it's like I would be really like I want to see her on the main roster, but
It's gonna be.
I don't think she's gonna. I don't know if she would fare well. Like she's like
Yeah.
the female John Cena, but I don't think the main roster force is going to push her as such.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a different crowd.
Yep.
So
So moving on to some more exciting things. AJ and Cena. Holy shit, man!
Just still going at it, right?
Yeah.
I felt bad for Cena in this segment.
Really?
Yeah, he kept getting made fun of.
It was funny though.
They're like, you know what I want to do?
I want to be a John Cena.
I want to like hang out with my hot Asian wife and beat up John Cena, and it's
Yeah.
like this is just getting kind of weird. And like,
sorry, I was almost late. I was beating up John Cena.
It was funny as fuck, and like, don't get me wrong.
it
but
was
you-
funny. I
but-
thought it was good.
It's
think-
created some great memes. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, yeah.
I've had a good chuckle this week.
Yeah, I think John, like, if they didn't have that, John has been doing such good promos consistently that I was almost worried about for AJ in the club. They kind of needed this one. They kind of needed this week of like no, like Cena's good on the mic. Let's show what we can do. And oh my god, I was laughing so fucking hard.
And then Enzo and Cass, which I was not expecting.
No,
but I'm not sure if I'm okay with it yet.
I think it's a hell of a rub because that puts them in the ring with two main eventers.
Yeah.
Like, this is the biggest thing for them. This is the biggest thing.
This is the biggest thing in their career, right?
Dude,
like,
if I had the chance, I'm like, I get to tag with John Cena.
Fuck yes.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
You're the face of the WWE, the former face of, like, Japanese wrestling.
Right.
Like, it's
crazy
like
to go against, like, the hottest faction in the world.
Yeah.
And I tag with John Cena? Yeah, sure. Yeah, thank you very much, sir. I would love to do that.
Capoeiras.
Special poop emojis. Yeah.
Capoeiras. By the way, can I just say, Enzo reciting the
president.
Oh my god.
Order.
Yes. In order.
I bet you more than anything, Bob Backlund, who was backstage, actually gave him an autograph because that was actually a prerequisite back in the day when Backlund was a heel.
Oh yeah.
And when he was fighting Bret Hart, kids would come up and ask for his autograph, and he goes, name all the presidents in order.
He still does that.
Yeah, and I bet you Enzo did that.
That's pretty awesome. Also, the part where he had that Sonic commercial was pretty great.
Cup potatoes. Cup potatoes.
I missed this commercial. What happened?
Oh yeah, it was. I might have. Did you watch the Hulu cut?
The Hulu cut, no.
Right. Okay. Yeah, there was a commercial.
Yeah.
Okay. There was a Big Cass and Enzo and the Sonic boombox, like Sonic the Restaurant.
Okay.
So they're talking about all this stuff and like
$5 box of food.
Enzo has this like custom lunchbox that's like, what was it, like
how you doing?
Yeah,
how you
doing?
But he had the cut off corner PB&J.
Yeah.
And then he throws over his shoulder and tries
like,
to get
"What you
Big
got
Cass's
there?"
box of food.
And there was like a cup of tater tots, and he goes, "Cup potatoes," and I'm like, "This is amazing." It's like chicken fries are back again. Like,
yeah, we will go to YouTube. We will add a link to this video to the podcast.
It was so good. It was so good. Like
awesome.
It did what it needed to do. Like I immediately wanted to go to Sonic and get a cup of taters.
Yeah.
In other crazy news, the Wyatts kind of matter still.
Yes.
Which is great.
This is really interesting what they're doing because you, Ray, at one point had said they're going to eventually end up breaking up the New Day. I did not think this is the way that they were going to go about that.
Me either.
And I don't think anyone did.
No.
Like, it's kind of interesting that you're pairing...
I thought it was the whole Kofi's old thing that was going to drive him over the edge.
Yeah.
But no,
I think it's interesting that they're taking both of their hottest tag teams and pairing them with other groups.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because Enzo and Cass are in the whole, like, AJ versus Cena match, and then you've got New Day with the Wyatts, and Xavier Woods is kind of like, guys, don't you see, like...
This is bad.
This is bad. And I'm like, holy shit, since when is he, like, the voice of reason?
And it's funny because it added stakes to the story. It's like...
I'm like legit afraid of the Wyatts again.
Yeah.
Because they are breaking up the power of positivity.
Yeah. And I was like, damn, that's fucking really good storytelling. I was like, holy shit, like, Xavier Woods is freaking out right now. Mm-hmm. And, like, because here's the thing. If you're standing in the faces of fear and everybody, like, goes after you and doesn't give a shit, then you're really not the face of fear.
Nope.
But if suddenly, like, you have people, like, actually afraid of you, well, then I'm going to be afraid.
Oh, yeah. No, this is exactly what they needed to do.
You ate the bootios and you're still booty because the fear is too strong.
And Eric Rowan, he got the booty.
Hungry butt.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
I like it. Now, do I think that the Wyatts are going to be successful in the end? I don't think so.
I think Bray maybe, but like
Bray maybe, but like Xavier, like right now, I think it's one of those things where I love it because it's doing this whole thing where he like kid should be afraid of the Wyatts. He's afraid of the Wyatts, so they're like, I relate with this guy. And then if they see Xavier overcome his fear, and they beat back the Wyatts, like
yeah,
you know, like I think it's beautiful storytelling. The fact that how Kofi and Big E have been making fun. The fact that they came out dressed as the Wyatts.
yeah.
That was amazing.
That was awesome.
I was just like, is this really happening? Like,
they had the unicorn horn on the sheet mask.
Yes.
I loved it.
Was
like
awesome.
The attention to detail with that group is just always so great.
I remember I woke up the next morning. I didn't get to watch all of Raw one night, and woke up the next morning, and like my wife had it paused on the TV. and I just like woke up and I'm just like TV's on and I see them dressed as the Wyatt family and I just turned the TV back off and was like, I haven't had my coffee yet. I'm not ready for this. I'm about to find out what's going on.
That's awesome.
It's pretty great. Incest jokes.
Yeah,
It was kind of interesting.
It was a little cheap.
Well, it was funny too, like in Biggie's delivery with it. Like he'd say something, and they're like, "Okay, he made the joke," and then he just kept kind of digging into it.
Yeah.
In that really sort of like comedian delivery way.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good job. Like,
It was good with the material he had. Like his
Yes.
comedic timing on both of them, they're phenomenal. But I was just like, come on, cheap jokes, man.
it
Like,
gave me confidence that if Biggie and Kofi stick together and Xavier Woods
oh,
splits
they'd be
off, they'll be fine.
Oh yeah.
Like that's what this segment kind of did for me. Like regardless of what happens with them, they've all sort of learned from each other. They all have lots of
absolutely
growth as characters and performers. I want to talk about Vicky.
Okay.
Vicky Guerrero.
I was so happy to see her.
Me too! Thank you! Thank you! Fuck you, Ray!
I didn't say nothing.
But the look on your face. You're just like, well,
Okay, you
surprised.
get one or the other. You could either be sad that Vicky Guerrero came back, or you could be sad that John Laurinaitis came back.
Oh, I'm sad John Laurinaitis came back.
Then
Thank
you know
you.
what? You should be happy that we got Vicky Guerrero.
Yeah.
this was awesome.
Every single one came back. You had to expect it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we
Where's
saw fucking
Heyman?
Teddy Long.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
I just want to point that out. It's like,
Yeah.
wait, Heyman was a...
How many more weeks
Yes.
do they have until the draft?
One,
Two.
Yeah, the 19th.
Yeah.
July
So
19th.
prediction,
Is that
Heyman's
a-
going to be on Raw.
Oh yeah, because they're gonna announce. They're actually on SmackDown this coming week. They're announcing his.
Who's going to be the GM?
No,
right?
they're
Who's
announcing
fighting-
who's fighting Lesnar on
that's
SmackDown.
right.
And the best part is that they didn't announce it at the tapings. It's probably going to be they're trying to keep
Yeah,
it
no,
secret.
they're keeping it
They're
secret.
trying to keep it secret. So I'm just like,
That's
and I
kinda
got
cool.
so mad because I don't read spoilers, but I wanted to read the spoilers to find out who it was.
Yeah.
and then
Yeah,
when
yeah.
I found out
And
who
nobody.
and then so when I read all of like SmackDown and I didn't see it, I was just like, well, damn it. Like,
They figured it out. They're like,
Yeah.
okay, well, everyone's clearly going to watch this, so
Yeah.
let's just wait.
It's interesting.
guys.
I don't know if it's like storyline wise they're gonna have Heyman angle like, hey, I used to be a GM like everyone else did, or he's part time whatever. So is he gonna just stick to his Lesnar deal and that's that, right?
I don't know. Like he seems to be really happy with part time.
Yeah.
And that's.
Yeah.
So back on the Vicky thing, there was the backstage segment with Dolph Ziggler, which I thought was
Oh my
really,
God.
really hilarious. So,
never
did you
seen one in
catch
my life.
what he said on the phone after they take her away?
No.
He picks up the phone. He's like, "Oh, hi, Mom. Yeah, I lost again, but I tried really hard." And like, I paused it, rewound it, watched it again. I'm like, "This is fantastic."
Like, did he really just say that?
Wow.
Yeah, he's like, "But I tried really hard." And it's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, Ziggler."
Yeah. So let's just talk about the end of Raw.
Okay.
So
The American versus the multinational.
Yeah.
What should have been the League of Nations.
yeah, and it's funny to me because like the promo for each was very stark contrast,
Yes.
which is it felt to me like it exemplifies exactly how WWE writes characters. So like you have the USA and it's like it's really cheese. It's so cheese and
You got your
patriotic.
Jack Swagger,
Oh,
like big shows in
yeah.
like Stars and Stripes.
And
You got
it's
Mark
just-
Henry shows up out of nowhere.
And it's like okay, all right, and I'm like kind of like, and then we get to the heel section. It is fucking comedy gold.
But even then, it's not even just heels, because like Sami Zayn and
Oh,
Cesaro
yeah.
are on the
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
But it still works. Like that was my big concern watching this in the first place. I was like, how is this going to work? Because you've got strong personalities like Jericho and Del Rio
Yeah.
and Owens, but you're putting faces on the team, and it just totally worked.
It absolutely worked, but like I don't think it worked the same way on the USA side. It was just like
No, I think it was generic. Like I'm America, brr, brr, brr. Like that was it.
America. This is America. We're gonna America.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's
Get out.
yeah. It's like
Terrorists.
foreigner. brr.
yeah. The match itself was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I loved it.
The problem I would have with this is if I was live, I probably would have hated it. Because anytime there's like a 5v5 tag match at any show, like you can't see shit because everyone just stands on the turnbuckle.
Yeah.
This would have been a disaster if I was sitting like floor seats at all. The fact that it's on TV is what makes it work.
I had that problem in 2009 at No Way Out. They had the Elimination Chamber, and I was seated right directly behind Big Show's pod. Until he got in the ring, I was like, "This sucks." Like, this is
terrible.
Of all the people, I got to stand behind this guy. Like,
So Ray,
Yeah.
what were your thoughts about Big Show and the ending and all that kind of stuff?
That was like, look, I really like Jack Sawyer. Not Jack Sawyer.
Zack Ryder.
Zack Ryder.
Good. I was about to slap you.
Yeah, sorry. I really like Zack Ryder. Yeah, sorry. I really like
It's a
Zack
grave
Ryder.
mistake, sir.
Yeah, and the fact that he lost the Intercontinental title always kind of bothered me.
I loved that he won this.
Yeah, so like to me that didn't bother me so much. I mean, as far as the Big Show goes,
He even pinned Cesaro clean.
Yeah, he did.
I was just like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they're giving him some.
And I'm wondering if they're trying to give him some sort of push for being so loyal after all this time and the draft is coming up.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah.
I mean, that dude would work Raw, SmackDown, and then fly back down to Florida
Yeah.
to do TV tapings with
And
Mojo Rawley.
try to put over Mojo Rawley.
Yeah, so it's like
Yeah.
that guy's work. And then if there was a pay-per-view that he was like
I
on a
really
pre-show, that's
appreciate
like
the guy,
4
dude.
days in a row. Of,
I really appreciate
no,
that guy.
he friggin' like Zack Ryder. I am all about. I always have been. Back when he was the internet champion.
Yeah.
Was watching his show. His dad was drinking
Undefeated.
coffee through a straw.
Yep.
He was actually
just-
climbing a fence and trying to get over.
Yeah. And yeah, that was awesome.
What are you doing? Trying to get over.
But I mean, I think it's a stark contrast to put him with the Big Show, who I said this. I think I said this on a text message to you guys, where it was
Yeah.
like Big Show is like exemplifies what America is. He's big, he's slow, and in 2016, he's really hard to watch.
I like Big Show. You know, he does what he does what he does. He's good at what he does.
He's a giant.
And he's fucking rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so, you know, you can't hate the man. Like,
Yeah.
you can't hate him. He does what he's told. He still
Listen.
has a job. He still goes on TV. He makes people smile.
He does the thing.
And he's fucking rich.
He can
He
play
left
heel.
Cena's team
Like,
for his
I-
family.
Right?
Yeah. Totally.
And he survived falling off a building after fighting Hulk Hogan back in
Oh yeah, I
WCW.
remember that. Holy
You
shit.
know, like he's like, yeah, everyone's like, oh, Super Cena. I'm like, dude, Big Show survived falling off of a building.
Yep.
Like,
Awesome. So that'll wrap it up for this week. If you like the podcast, you can find us on Twitter at OnTheHeelsWP and on Facebook.com/OnTheHeelsWP. We're also on iTunes, where you can download past episodes or subscribe to future episodes.
So hit that subscribe button. Leave us a comment on iTunes Store.
Sorry.
Who did it?
Give
My
us
hype
a
man.
5-star rating
That's good, doesn't
It
it?
does. It does. I get it now.
so that more people can find us. And tell, of course, your wrestling buddies about the podcast and tweet us and message us random wrestling stuff, and we'll totally respond and share it to the world.
To the world.
Yeah, so thanks everybody for listening to On the Heels. Tune into our next episode where we will be interviewing our guest commentator, Mr. Eddie Van Glam.
Yeah.
We'll learn his backstory, his origin story, his crazy stories, experience, what makes the man tick, all these things. But after that series of questions, we'll ask ourselves the eternal question.
What is it?
Who hit Kevin Owens with the pie?
It was Blue Pants.
Blue pants.
Blue
Does he even
pants.
work here? There. Or here. For that matter.
Who's a camera guy?
Yeah.
Is that the lame answer?
That's like probably the actual one.
That's
I
probably the
I
actual-
liked Eddie's answer of it was Hornswoggle.
On the Heels Wrestling Podcast.